That completes the rear portion of our bearing. Now we need to remove the male portion of it from the drum. And there's 3 number 25 Torx screws come through from the inside of the drum. We need to remove those. Support the bearing while you remove the last screw. Once we've cleaned the lint from the rear of the drum, you'll notice in behind that heat shield, you're going to find all kinds of it. We need to remove all of this old lint. Either vacuum it out or take a rag and clean all of that out of there. Once we have that all cleaned up, we can start the reassembly process. Our next step is to reassemble the rear bearing. We need to take the stud, which has a little square shoulder on it, insert it into a holder, and we'll take that 3/4 nut, fasten that to it. If you have a vise, you could clamp this piece in the vise and tighten that nut with your socket. In most cases you can do it by hand. Now we need to assemble that to the drum, this portion sticking backwards. We'll take the new Torx 25 screw, our heat shield, install that into the drum. We'll start with 1 screw in it just to get it lined up. Now that we have one of the screws inserted, make sure the other 2 holes do line up with the holes in the heat shield. If it doesn't, you may need to turn it left or right 1 notch. Line that up with one of the holes on the bearing retainer. Get the screw started. Don't snug them up yet, just enough to hold that in place until we can get the next 2 screws in. And again, don't tighten that screw up too much until you get the 3rd one in. And we're ready to reinsert the drum into the dryer. The tricky part of this will be installing the belt, which needs to wrap around the motor pulley and the idler pulley. The belt has 1 flat side and a groove side, and we need to have the groove side against the drum and wrapped around the motor pulley. The easiest way to do this, put the belt around the drum, lift it into place, then you'll have to install the belt onto the pulleys without being able to see it. It's not that hard. You'll have to work it by feel, but if you see where the end result's going to be, it makes it much easier. So lift the drum into the opening. It's a little snug, so you have to work one side in, perhaps pull the cabinet a little bit to get the other side in. We have to line that shaft of the bearing up at the rear bearing housing. When it rotates freely, you know you've got it properly inserted. Now we'll pull the belt forward into the proper groove. And then with one hand in on this side, we'll push the tension spring for the idler over far enough so that we can loop the belt around the motor pulley. Turn the drum, you should see the blower wheel turning. It tells you that you've got the belt on properly. Now we're ready to reinstall the front of the dryer. Now that we've replaced the parts required, we need to reinstall the front panel. I want to make sure that we engage these two slots on the front panel, the two screws in front of the cabinet. Set those in first. Two wire harnesses up, make sure they don't get pinched. And we'll lift the drum up slightly so that it fits over the bearing housing. Then we need to line up the slots on the cabinet and the front panel. Reinstall the two screws that secure the front to the cabinet. Secure the two bottom screws. Reconnect our wire harnesses. Lift our console, slide it into place. Make sure it fits firmly on top of the cabinet edge. Reinstall two screws that secure that. Next, we reinstall the top. We'll line up these two slots at the rear, two little hooks. Pull back, make sure they're firmly engaged. Secure the top with the two long screws. And last, we'll install the trim piece in the back of the control panel. Secure it with the three screws. Now we're ready to reconnect the dryer to the electrical supply, and our repair is complete.
And that's how easy it is to change a rear drum bearing kit on your dryer. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your repair.